All right, we'll go ahead and call the meeting to order. Rachel, if you'll call the roll.
Senator Butler, Senator Cornley, Senator Chasteen, Senator Coleman, Senator Figures, Senator Givhan, Senator Hatcher, Senator Hovey, Senator Kelley, Senator Melson, Senator Roberts, Senator Sessions, Senator Woods, Senator Weaver, Senator Bell.
Here.
Got 8, so that
We
makes
have
it
a
4.
quorum. All right. Call it HB 59. Representative Underwood, come on up to the podium. I think we've all got questions for you today. I'm not sure they have anything to do with this bill. All right. Go ahead, sir.
I am. Can you hear me good now? We're good.
Got you. We got
Thank y'all for a chance to present. This is we titled it the Pathways to CPA Act. We're basically taking some of the rules for the State Board of Public Accountancy and allowing them to set it by rules instead of statute. They are a very well maintained and run board, as those who are on the Sunset Committee with me know. And we are letting the educational prerequisites, the CPA examination itself, and to be set by rules, and we are adding the email notifications to be part of, in addition to the post office mailing. But in the end, here's where we're going. We're opening up the pathway to become a CPA quicker. You know, our pipeline needs to be more full. So today, you have a 4-year degree, a master's, then you can set for the exam. If you pass the exam, then 1 year of experience with the firm before you can have the title of a certified public accountant. We're leaving that. Also saying that if you have a 4-year degree, pass the exam, which is a difficult exam, then 2 years of experience with the firm, you also will have your certificate. And so they basically will be working a year sooner, and we believe that they're qualified and prepared and ready to do that. So that is the Pathways to CPA Act.
Got a motion for approval by Weaver.
Well, hold on.
I'm getting elbowed over here. You're not quick enough. Go ahead.
Well, I mean, what I would want to point out is that all these jokers in the CPA world are retiring early, and lawyers are working till we drop. I mean, something's wrong with that, guys.
We are very conservative in how we expend our funds that we have, sir.
Touche. Move favorable.
Thank you, Senator.
All right. If you will. No more questions? No more real questions, huh?
A real question.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so from what I'm hearing you say now, for a lawyer, they sit for the bar, and once they pass, they can immediately start practicing. But for CPAs, you're saying that once they sit for that exam, they have to do 2 years of experience, and then they get their CPA?
Right. They can work, they can practice, but the title itself, to say that I'm a licensed certified public accountant, comes after the experience.
That just seems a little bit more.
It's because we all learn more in practice than we do in the classroom.
I know, but I'm assuming that even before they sit for that CPA, they actually have gotten experience. I was just making the comparison between lawyers, that they can go at it once they pass, but you guys still need that extra 2 years.
Right.
That's all.
Most will get it as soon as they graduate. We're encouraged, because the knowledge is fresher, to sit for the exam then. So most taking the exam, I don't have percentages, should be recent college graduates or ones who just retained their masters.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
I would just say, we go to school for 3 years extra. They go for 1 extra and then work 2.
There you go.
You've answered my question, Senator. Thank you.
I need you, Sam. Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, I applaud this action by the Alabama side of CPAs, and it's happening across the country, so we're in sync with what's going on. And we have the head person from the Society of CPAs for the U.S. will be in town tomorrow. So we're very thrilled to have this coming, and I would second Senator Rand's.
Thank you, Senator.
Senator Butler, Senator Cornley, Senator Chasteen, Senator Coleman, Senator Figures, Senator Givhan, Senator Hatcher, Senator Hovey, Senator Kelley, Senator Melson, Senator Roberts, Senator Sessions, Senator Woods, Senator Weaver, Senator Bell.
Aye. Congratulations. Thank you.
Thanks, sir.
All right, SB 15, by Senator Van.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'm looking to see, okay, what this is, I'm the pro tem's appointee to the Uniform Law Commission. And that's, pretty much lawyers from all over the country that get together and talk about where the commas need to be and, where the parentheticals need to be and all that. Of course, I sit those conversations out. I'm more about the actual words there and let somebody else handle the grammar. But with one of the things that they've come up with, and I'll have a couple of bills from that group this year, and this is the Uniform Assignment for Benefit of Creditors Act. Now, a lot of times when I'm doing contracts, there'll be a reference in there to assignment for benefit of creditors, but there's no framework for that in Alabama. And what that is basically a voluntary state option. You don't have to use it. A voluntary state option in lieu of bankruptcy. And this lays out all the parameters that the creditors and the debtor would deal with. And there is a amendment I requested because I knew it was going to be of interest to them. I requested the bankers to take a look at this. And so there is an amendment, should be in the package, and I would like to offer the amendment.
I found it. What's the amendment do, real quick?
So what this was more of a timeliness issue. They wanted some regular reporting when the creditors were giving them. The bill right now provides for reports as the process goes along. They wanted a little more detail.
Okay, have a favorable on the amendment? All right. Previous roll on the amendment. Anybody got any questions on the amendment? Okay. Previous roll. Anybody object? All right. Now to the bill itself.
No questions. I'd move for favorable report.
All right. Previous roll. Any objections? All right. SB 96, Senator Kelley.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Emergency rules, this is what this bill is about, and it's a bill to require the governor, for it to go through the governor. We've seen a tremendous abuse, especially in Sunset, of the abuse of emergency rules. It stops, what this does, it stops requiring, it requires, rather, a written justification from an agency and a formal certification for the governor, and gives that outlined. We've seen the abuse of those. It's caused a great bit of trouble within the business community, and some abuse of the systems on what emergency rules were not intended to be for. So that is, I guess, the essence of what it does. It does outline kind of what that does, why the rule is needed, who approved it, and what the immediate danger it addresses for the governor to certify that it is an emergency.
Any questions?
Mr. Chairman.
Go ahead, sir.
Thank you. I'm recognized?
Yes.
Thank you so much. To the gentleman, the sponsor of the bill, can you give us some examples of what you're referring to?
Yes. We're dealing with some right now in the pharmacy board, where in December they passed some emergency rules that go into effect that directly contradicts the law that we passed last year on the pharmacy board. The way that they're doing the penalties, raising their fines, and how they're going about that is in direct conflict of law. That's one. And there's a lot of variations of that we see, not just in that particular one, but we've seen that on quite a few.
So, I really don't understand. So you're saying that the pharmacy board declared an quote-unquote emergency and then raised their fees?
They're doing rules changes like
They're doing
that.
rules? Okay.
They're using rules changes, and to skirt the law, they're using emergency rules, the avenue for emergency rules to do that.
I think, correct me if I'm wrong, Mr. Kelley, but Sunset has discovered a lot of this, and that's where this comes from, is from the Sunset Committee.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Senator Roberts.
Does this address at all emergency contracts? Because on contract review, we are having a lot of issues with this as well.
Yeah, this should help with that. It's
When he finished.
I was trying to find the verbiage here.
I looked at it and didn't see it, and maybe we could chat.
Yep, be glad to.
I'd like
Glad
that
to.
before it gets to the floor.
Senator Figures.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. But this bill says that, well, in the synopsis, it says that this bill would require the governor to certify the immediate danger to the public health, safety, or welfare justifies the need for the emergency rule before the rule may become effective. And I definitely support that. But if they change the rules to increase their licensure fees or whatever, and call it, that wouldn't go to the governor. Only things that affect the public health and their welfare, right? That's what
They can't use, what this does is set those guidelines out, what emergency rule actually is. Right now, it's the Wild West out there.
okay, but when you use the example about the pay, I'm like, that doesn't have anything to do with the public health, safety, and welfare of the public, except in finances. Because, I mean, it could be passed on to the consumer, I would think, but that's what I was trying to.
You're asking if this stops that.
Well, it's saying only emergency, it's the way I'm getting it is that it's only emergency rules that deal with the health, safety, and welfare of the general public, which I agree there should be another second set of eyes to, to confirm that or whatever. But if it's any emergency rule, does it set it out?
This is what they're doing. They're using emergency rules to do whatever they want. So what this does is define what emergency rule is. It uses,
So shouldn't you be saying all emergency rules should be passed by the governor's office or something? Rather than saying related to the public health, safety, and welfare of the general public or whatever?
I'd be glad to look at anything you want
I
to
mean,
bring forward. I have
I'm
no issue with that
just-
whatsoever.
That would take away the confusion, I
Be
think.
glad to work with you on that.
Okay.
The whole point of
Because
this,
I understand what you're
we're
saying.
trying to get rid of the abuse.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the way it does it is that if the governor doesn't specify that, if it doesn't meet those guidelines, even if it's broad, I mean, we can look at this and go, how's this an emergency?
That's right.
But if it doesn't meet the emergency, they don't get to do it. I don't think they get to skirt it. I mean, we need some clarity with Othny on that.
Okay.
But I believe they don't get to skirt that. I think this is putting the handcuffs on them and making the governor accountable for what they're doing.
Thank you.
And I appreciate you bringing this bill. I think it's very important.
Is that a favorable? Okay. All right. Previous roll, unless there's any objections, I'll call the long roll.
Senator Butler, Senator Cornley, Senator Chasteen, Senator Coleman,
Abstain. I need some more information.
Senator Figures, Senator Givhan, Senator Hatcher, Senator Hovey, Senator Kelley,
Aye.
Senator Melson, Senator Roberts, Senator Sessions, Senator Woods, Senator Weaver, Senator Bell.
Aye. All right, Senator Kelley, you're back up with SB 104.
Ironically, this is something else we came through Sunset with, and it's, we've had some of these boards and commissions that have tremendously educated people on there, but the fiduciary duty that they have and the oversight there, sometimes when there's some perks involved and things like that, they say they don't know that's not the way you did it now. So what all this bill does is that any agency or board that comes before the Sunset Committee is required within 150 days of their appointment time to take a 5-hour course administered by the Department of Public Accounts curriculum that is developed in consultation with the Attorney General. I've talked with the board examiners and that we worked in there, and this is what we came up from there.
Mr. Chairman,
Any figures?
I sat on the Sunset Committee for a long time, and we did this. In fact, I recommended it because of that same reason. So what is not being forced by that as well, or are you adding something to it?
No, when I asked legislative reference about there, they didn't give me anything that there was something in there that required that.
Yeah, we did,
So-
for those very same reasons.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Any other questions? Senator Sessions?
Not really a question, but a comment or two. Oh gosh, 30, 40 years ago, I was on Soil and Water Conservation Committee and had absolutely no type of training whatsoever. And we had monies that we had collected from organizations such as Cattlemen and Farmers Federation and different entities around the area. But once we took that and put it in the bank, it became taxpayer money. And I think most of these folks don't realize that some of these boards and all are dealing with taxpayer money in it. I think this is an excellent opportunity to get that training and that ethics. Because what we did, someone in the community died, we thought we were okay to buy flowers. But when the accountants come in and audit, the state audit, we basically had to pay the money back out of our pockets because we had misused funds. Didn't do it on purpose. Didn't know we were misusing funds, but we did. So I appreciate you bringing this move for favorable.
Is that a motion for favorable? Okay. Second. Any other questions? All right. Previous roll? All right. No objection. Do that.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you.
Committee.
And SB 137, Senator Livingston, you have the mic.
Well, good morning, Mr. Chairman. I'm proud to see Fred is thriving, so thank you very much. And Senator Givhan, I wish you'd reach out to Jack at the age of 99 and tell him it's okay to go home. He was actually looking for his farm boots and getting preparation for the snow, and I told him he doesn't need them. So, SB 137 is the governor's bill to establish the Resiliency Council. It's derived out of an executive order last year of number 736. Why do we need this? Every year we have natural disasters that cause problems across the state, and this actually puts Alabama in a position where we'll be proactive before an emergency happens, and we'll be able to have our agencies established and be able and ready to respond at the site quickly as it goes. And I can answer some questions or whatever.
Anybody have a question? All right. Roberts. Previous roll? All right. Fred is adjourned.
Thank you, members.
Thank you.
I just ended up one short.
makes sense.
They had titrated it down to a 9.6 pound dose.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
I'm about to head down and grab some. What's next? Transportation? What do I have next?
No, state
Oh,
government.
yes, I'm in here. They took my bill off the counter.
Where, right here?
I didn't even know my bill was on the calendar today.
Oh, you didn't?
No.